Let's take a look at the new Star Wars canon this week, Star Wars issue number 13. This is part 3 of part 6 of Vader Down. If you're new to the series, this takes place after A New Hope, but before the Empire Strikes Back. It is a period of unrest. Darth Vader has tracked down his son, yeah, he knows Luke is his son, to a planet where the rebels have a base. After Vader has defeated 2 full rebel squadrons on his own, Luke crashes his ship into Vader's, forcing them both to crash land. Leia and Han are with the rebel fleet when they hear the news of Vader being stranded on the planet. Leia, deciding this is her only chance to finally destroy Vader and get vengeance for her planet's destruction, sends all rebel reinforcements, leaving Han on his own to rescue Luke. Something he gives Leia hell for, since she is willing to abandon Luke to get a shot at Vader. While Luke is stranded, he comes across an old and abandoned Jedi temple. But when he investigates the ruins, 000, Vader's ally, disguised as C-3PO, tricks him, shocks him, and knocks him out. The comic opens with the most adorable scene ever. R2-D2 is standing by Luke's body, trying to protect the unconscious boy, and 000 tells BT to talk to the R2 unit and get him to behave like a respectable droid. Okay, I was wrong. This is the most adorable scene. R2 and BT are talking to one another, and 000 remarks, "My, what language! He certainly is a foul-mouthed little astromech." If you're not reading any of the Star Wars comic series, you are seriously missing out on awesome little moments like this. 000 continues, "I wonder if he's capable of backing up such talk." R2, showing he means business, takes out his electroshock prod. In response, BT takes out his weapons, which include rockets. R2 gets the hell out of there. Han and Chewie, searching for Luke, see the explosions and guess correctly that that's where Luke is, and Han wonders what Luke has gotten himself into this time. Meanwhile, Aphra and 000 grab Luke, with 000 making some excited comments about how excited he is to drain all the blood from Luke, and Aphra telling him Vader wants Luke in one piece. So, no taking his blood. However, Han and Chewie end up on the scene, and Han tells Aphra to drop the boy. 000 becomes super excited at the prospect of new people being here for more organics to drain blood from. Aphra informs Han who she is, and Han, trying to play it cool but knowing damn well who she is, says no, he's never heard of her. She calls him out, knowing darn well that he knows who she is. She talks about him surrendering, but Chewie manages to sneak up behind 000 and rip off his arm, and he is very upset that Chewie took his best dissecting hand. Aphra and Han then start shooting at each other. Back at the base, the rebels have located where Vader is, after Vader has decimated every single rebel that has come up against him on this planet. Seriously, he just wipes the floor with them. It's child play. You should really go back a few issues if you haven't and see, it's amazing just to see Vader using his power and just destroying these people. Not that I'm pro-Empire or anything. Leia decides that she wants to go with the rebels this time and tells them that Vader is worse than their darkest imaginings, and if they see him, they need to shoot to kill. Back at the standoff, Luke wakes up and sidekicks BT, who is still chasing R2, and ends up kicking him right off the edge of a cliff. BT reappears and Luke tells R2 to run. At the same time, Chewie is hilariously beating the hell out of 000 with his own arm. But 000 gets the upper hand when he poisons Chewie, knocking him out. Back with Han and Aphra, Han notices she's under a hive of wasp worms. At the same time, Aphra notices Han is also under a hive of wasp worms. They both fire at the hives at the same time. They end up getting covered in the wasp worms and running, screaming. They end up running right into each other and knocking each other out. At the same time, 000 is about to eviscerate Chewie when Luke shows up and cuts off his other arm. His response? Really? This is getting to be rather monotonous with the arms, don't you think? Luke then gets Han, and BT and 000 show up. And they are morbidly upset that Aphra appears to be dead because now they'll never be able to override those bothersome failsafes and assassinate her themselves. They have goals. Luckily, R2 comes to the rescue, spraying him. BT fires while blinded and causes a huge explosion, allowing for the gang to get away. Back with the rebels and Leia, things are not going well for them. Vader is killing them off one by one, maybe by two as well, until Leia is the only one left. Then she hears a voice behind her. Well, this is unexpected. Good evening, princess. Thoughts on this issue, brilliant as usual. R2 will always be in my hearts of hearts when it comes to droids, but man, BT and 000 are really up there. They're just so morbidly fun, and if you want more of them, go and read the Darth Vader series from the beginning. I think they show up in issue 3. It's really worth it, and there is a lot of hilarious, disturbing dialogue with these two droids. Love the fight between the droids and Han, Luke, and R2 and Chewie. I am betting Aphra isn't really dead, which is a good and a bad thing. Good thing because now the droids get to have another chance to override their failsafes and kill her. Bad thing that now the two droids have to listen to orders again and just can't go around killing everyone. I'm so excited about Leia and Vader's confrontation, but how is she going to get out of this? Also, I mentioned this in my November canon video, but I really like how they're showcasing Leia's personality and behavior, and I really think that this is a setup for the upcoming movie this December. They are showing that she is willing to sacrifice people, friends, rebels, resources, anything to get the job done, to get Vader, to destroy any important Imperial ship or person. She is just so dedicated and single-mindedly about the cause. And we know Carrie Fisher has said that at this point in the movie, decades later, we see that Leia is very bitter and upset about where she is. And I'm kind of hoping this is the tie-in that Disney and Marvel are doing, that they're showing Leia is willing to sacrifice so much, and over the decades she kept that personality and she kept sacrificing and sacrificing, and she's at a point in her life where she can look back and see everything that she lost or threw away and realize maybe she didn't make the best choices, and maybe it wasn't worth throwing away friends or maybe even family if it came down to that. Because the Leia we see here, I could see the Leia being, okay, family is less important because I need to make sure that this new order is taken care of and that another empire doesn't rise up. What did you think of this issue? Too silly? Not enough plot progression? I'm going to try to go over new Star Wars canon every week because I am absolutely in love with the comic series. Besides that, make sure you come back every week for Game of Thrones videos. We also have Star Wars videos, comic videos, and Walking Dead reviews when The Walking Dead is actually on.